So rest use the graph to estimate the limits and value of the function. So just basically means we've got to answer these statements on limits. Limit is as t approaches -4 from the left is what this says. By the way, this is saying t on the x-axis. You could just call it x. It's fine either way. But the limit is t approaches -4. This notation means coming from the left. So here's where t equals -4. What are the y values as t gets closer and closer to -4 but from the left side? That's what the limit is asking you to evaluate. So the y value here looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting infinitely close to y equals 5. So that's the limit. Okay, that's all you got to do. As t gets closer to -4 on the x-axis, what are the y values? We're getting infinitely close, but we never reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind that the point doesn't exist. We're not asked to plug in -4 in for g of t. If we plugged in -4 into this function, it would spit out y equals 2, it looks like, down here. Okay? We're just asked to evaluate the limit. And the limit says what happens as you get infinitely close. Just like 1/3, that's equivalent to 0.3 repeating, right? You get infinitely close to 1/3 as you keep repeating. So we say that it is equal to 1/3. That's the magic of calculus there. Ooh, the magic. So the limit as x approaches as t approaches -4 from the right. So here's -4. We want to think about the y value as we get really close coming from the right side without spilling over to the left side, right? The y values are getting infinitely close here to y equals 2. And what's the limit as t approaches -4? This we say DNE does not exist. The limit doesn't exist, and the reason is because the left and the right limits need to be the same. The left and the right limits are different. 5 and 2 aren't the same, so the limit does not exist. And then it says, what happens if you plug in -4 into this function? And that has a solid dot. The solid dot and the open circle are right on top of each other, but the solid dot means, hey, if you want exactly -4, meaning no calculus, then you go with the solid dot. So we say that g of -4 is equal to 2, because that's the y value. Okay, so here's another one. I think I gave away the answer on that one, but the limit is as s approaches -2 from the left. Here's -2. The y values as we get closer and closer to -2 from the left. Here we are at 1, 2. We're getting infinitely close to 3. The limit as x approaches -2 from the right side. So what are the y values as we get closer to -2 coming from the right? So we're at y equals 1, y equals 2, y equals 3. We get the same thing if we approach from the right. So does the limit exist if we don't put a direction on it? We say yes, it does, because the left and the right limits are the same number. And then p of -2 means what's the actual value without calculus if you plug in -2 into the function. And so that, when there's a corner, it's assumed that you got a solid dot up there. So it looks like it's 3.